whether you hear poetry, you think, I'll put that to music. You see Jackie Weaver, you think, do you know what, I'll write a song. You're inspired by the things around you, I think it's fair to say, isn't it?
No, definitely. I think every day is an opportunity to do something different. You never know what you can do. I like to get things done so that I'm free and available for the next idea or the next project, next opportunity. And I just think life is so exciting. I just love doing new things.
And so what you do is you'll get an idea, you'll hear a poem, or you'll see a person and think, I can put a beat to that, I can make a song about that. Is that how it works?
Recently, yes. I mean, I only started making music myself last summer during lockdown, because you've had my husband on the show, Joe Rose, very kindly. And as you know, he does covers, but we wanted to do something together during lockdown. It seemed a perfect opportunity to try and write some songs. It was really difficult. I mean, I can't stress how difficult it is. I have still huge admiration for anyone that writes songs that are actually listenable. But I started on GarageBand because of that. I'd heard people in interviews say they used GarageBand to try and get their songs together. And I thought, well, if they can, why can't I? So I said to John, have you got an iPad? Yes. I thought he had, but he never uses it. What's GarageBand? He said, oh, I don't know. So we worked out how to get it done. And then tried to write some songs, and that didn't really work. So I then did, what does this button do type thing on the iPad, and came up with GarageBand and actually sort of loops that have already been made, blending them together, making tracks. I found this was quite popular. In fact, Tim Willett picked one of the songs that I did called Joyride for his chart, and it ended up being a record breaker, in fact. Most votes in the chart in the 9-year history of the chart. And then I got a little award at the NMG Awards, which was fantastic. And he also asked me to perform there as well, which was great fun. So as a result of that, I just love collaborating, because I didn't sing to start with. So I got to the point where I thought, I've done enough instrumentals, I want to put something else on it. So I heard the Jackie Weaver situation unfold and I contacted her on Twitter and asked if I could use some of her vocals. She said, I'll record them for you specifically. That went well. We actually got on BBC National News and all sorts, Jeremy Vine's show and Channel 5 and in The Guardian. And I then thought, what else could I put to music? So I approached Ian McMillan and I said, could you please write some prose for me, or can I use something you've already put on Twitter? Because I'll write something especially for you. And it's about a sunrise. It was perfect because I had so much footage, because I love sunrises.
Well, it's beautiful what you do.
And you featured him, which is very kind of you. So yeah, I just think, wow.
So tell us the story about this. So that paints the picture nicely. You see things and you think, this was hearing something.
I was out videoing butterflies on my buddleia plant in my drive on 4th of August this summer. And it was a beautiful day. And suddenly I became aware of this voice really singing their heart out. I didn't know the song. There was song after song after song. And I got my phone out. I thought, I've got to try and record this in some capacity so I could work out who it was. Couldn't see anyone. Thought it must be a child or something in a garden. Couldn't see anyone. Felt a bit of a stalker in the end. Sort of gave up, but a man knocked on the door and handed me something. And I realised he lived across the road. I said, have you got anyone in your household that sings? And he said, yeah, my son's always singing. And that was his son. So I said, look, if he ever wants to do some singing in a studio, I've got one. Tell him to come round. So they did a couple of months later, but that's what happened. Yeah.
Did. And let's hear the result of that. So how old is Frankie?
He's 8.
He's 8. And did you choose this song for him?
We went through a few. And this one suited him most, and he seemed to really know it already, which amazed me.
Okay, let's hear it. This is Frankie Meades and Jingle Bell Rock. Can you hear?
Can hear.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bells time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air.
I've got a video. I've got a video, and I just finished it this morning. I haven't shared it yet, but it adds 100% to the adorableness of the whole thing. He even goes,
That's Frankie Meades and Jingle Bell Rock, produced by Helen Meissner, sitting in front of me. Well done, Helen. That just puts a smile on your face at this time.
It put one on mine.
Yeah,
too.
let's hear from him himself. This is him chatting to you.
I was singing in my room with my window open and she heard me. I was like, oh, cool, yeah.
And we talked about writing your own songs too, didn't we?
Yeah,
Why do you think it's important to write your own songs?
because it's fun. And also, when you're older, you can make another song what might be so much more better and you can look back at it.
What would your dream be?
To be like in a movie, being like a main character in a movie or something.
And where does the singing fit into your life?
Because I really like singing and I think it's a very good thing to do.
That's Frankie Meades talking to Helen. You know what? He sounds super cool. He really does. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I was growing up, I was wandering around the streets of Doncaster at his age, or a little bit older. I was thinking some Hollywood producer would spy me and think, that girl has to be in Starsky and Hutch. And this happened to him. He was singing his heart out and basically a record producer knocked on his door and said, can I record you? And he sounds remarkably chilled about that.
Oh, he's a dream. Almost seems too good to be true. He lives across the road. He seems really articulate, confident, gives me good eye contact, which is really rare in any human, let alone an 8-year-old boy. He's able to say, no, I don't like that. Because I've had to discuss with him like his logo and his favourite colours and what typeface we're going to use. I've been consulting him on every step of the way with this, what he wanted to be called, and he's very forthright. In a nice way. It's just an absolute pleasure. So yes, long may it last.
Well done for discovering. What do you hope? What's going to happen with this song, and what do you hope for the future? You're going to work with him on other things.
Yes. We'll see how it goes. If he might decide, he's 8. He might decide he doesn't want to do it anymore next year. But at the moment, this is what he'd like to do. He'd love to have an album out with his own material on it. He had tried to write a song, and he then ditched it because he was told by someone, not me, that it didn't rhyme. I said, well, can you try and remember it? So he then told me about the story, and he said it was about my first breakup. All right, and I said, oh, how long were you going out for? And he said 3.5. And I said, weeks? He goes, oh, years. Bless. And we've actually converted that into a track, which is not half bad. So I think we're going to do some original stuff together.
I mean, he's 8 years old. Obviously, things are going to happen to his voice over time.
Yeah.
As well, and I suppose that makes it unpredictable as well.
Yeah, but just live for the moment, eh?
Live for the moment, indeed. Well, good luck with this.
Thank you,
Helen.
Leigh.
If people want to buy it, download it, listen to it, where should
Yes. In fact, it's going to be released on Folkestock Records. It'll be on all the normal streaming platforms 2 weeks today. However, it is available immediately on Folkestock Records, Bandcamp. So if you put Folkestock Records, Frankie Meades, and Frankie Meades is spelled Meades on his surname. Frankie as in IE at the end. All one word. Frankie Meades UK on Facebook and Twitter. Folkestock has all the handles as well. Yeah, you can download it, stream it immediately. And the video will be coming out in a few days. I'm really chuffed with it.
Thank you, Helen. Well, yeah, do all that, because it's one of those tracks that just makes you smile. And we all need that, don't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Helen. Good luck with it.
Pleasure. Thank you.